Hello and welcome to the CAT video series from Careers 360. CAT is very close. How easy it is or how difficult is this CAT exam is just not dependent on the level of preparation that you have done. Are you going to be really mentally stable in that 2 hours? It is not before and after that matters. It is that strength that you as an individual can bring your entire concentration to make sure that all the preparation that you have done, all the efforts that you have put in will come to fruition. In this particular video, I am going to talk about how do you master this mental strength in the exam or before the exam. But here is what I will tell you, a small story first. This is about, my name is ARKS. I don't know how many of you have seen all the videos that Careers 360 has done, but I have been training students for the last 20-25 years. I have been an ex-director of CAT at Time Mumbai, Hyderabad, Calcutta. I have started my own online coaching called Vistamind a long time back when everybody did not think about online. And till very recently, I was also the president and the MBA head for Career Launcher. What I have learned, and it's not the brilliance of aptitude that counts. It's not how brilliant you are in verbal RC or DILR or quant that you get through. I have seen many students, and many students I'm saying, who are brilliant in ability to solve, but never got through CAT. And I've seen people who are just about average. When you look at them, you say, "Yaar, isko to nahi aane wala. This guy will never get it," and yet they have got through. And that is because they have all had a mental strength when they wrote the exam. And that is where I come to this small, nice, interesting experience, if I may use that, of a student of mine. With my namesake Srinivas, there was a student I used to train him. Guy was brilliant. Brilliant is a understatement, especially in quantitative ability. If he did 30 questions, he used to get 26-27 of them right in 30 minutes flat. Okay, the time when he wrote, I'm talking about in the 2000s, there were 50 questions in CAT and he used to spend only 30 minutes and get about 36 to 37 correct out of 50. If there was one guy I thought who will definitely make it to the IIMs, it was this chap. But when the CAT exam happened, he was nowhere in the picture. Forget about getting a call from any one IIM, he did not get from any IIM or nowhere else actually. And the wonder of wonders, he did not cross the quantitative ability minimum cutoff that is required to clear the CAT exam paper. Think about it. A person who is brilliant, and you give him any question, he would solve it outside the exam hall. Even in the exam hall, in the mocks that he has written, he has solved it brilliantly. But in the exam, he was not able to solve it. This chap I remember very closely because I used to meet him after every mock he wrote on a Sunday, and he used to come back and say, "Sir, aisa likha maine. I have run this way. This is the kind of scores I'm getting." But on the day of the CAT, he did not come back to me. It took him 7 months. I was obviously worried, but I'm telling you the story. 7 months later, he kind of turns up on a June morning sometime, pops up in my office and said, "Sir, hi, hello, how are you?" I was first very angry with him, but more importantly, I was empathetic to him. You know what the reason why he did not get through the IIMs at that point of time was? Because he told me over a coffee in the same day, saying that, "Sir, when I sat in that exam, I had so much of pressure built upon me. You were also my pressure. My mother was my pressure. I myself was my pressure because I was so good in quantitative ability. I thought I should do many questions. I should do all the questions in quant. But in the first 10 minutes, sir, I could not solve a single question. And my mind blanked out. And as it turned out, I did not do well in the entire paper." That is when I'm talking about, this was 2000s, 2001, 2002. That is when I realized it is not just about how well you have prepared or how much or how well you can solve the questions, but the mental strength to bounce back when things are down will make a difference. It is history right now that next time we spent a lot of time with him, but this time not on quant, not on verbal, not on DI, etc., but on improving your mental strength outside the exam hall and in the exam hall too. There are certain basic techniques that you can do to improve your, concentration in the actual exam hall. And as I said, he cracked the paper next year, went to IIM Bangalore. Today he is in New York in a private equity. As I say, the rest is history. So let's look at some of the very, very important things which are important to get you mentally stable. Tip number 1. Control your pre-exam anxiety with deep breathing. Please understand, when you go into an exam hall, you will be 1 hour sitting and doing nothing. Everybody, they will ask you to come at least 1.5 or 2 hours before the actual exam time. You are twiddling your thumbs. There's so many people, you can't even talk to anybody. Before starting, the few moments that are there, practice deep breathing. This is, in fact, I would say, breathing exercise. The oxygen that comes to this thing is so important. Very few people realize this. It is medical fact also. Making that oxygen go into your brain clears up your mind and you will be able to concentrate. So the pre-exam, and it's going to happen to every one of us, as many of us as you can think, and that is what you do. Some of us are very okay to get into a challenge. Even then, the concentration is important. Tip number 2, stay focused, stay in the present. There will be questions which you can't solve. In fact, there could be questions which you are so good at it, you would have done 10 times before the CAT exam. On that day of the CAT exam, you're not able to solve. You know the question. It's so familiar. You know it is easy. And yet you're not getting the right answer. What do? Forget about it. Don't dwell on the past mistake. You have finished an RC, forget about it. Finished a DI, forget about it. Finished a question, forget about it. Look at the next question. Staying focused for the present. It takes an enormous amount of focus and concentration to get there, and that is what you need to get. Don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. In fact, you know what happens? Lots of people are afraid of, they start off their entire story thinking that I want to go to an IIM Ahmedabad, then say, okay, fine, let me at least go to IIM Ranchi. Then I'll say, okay, let me go to an IIMT Ghaziabad, or for that matter, any B school. By the time they come to the 120th minute, that's not what you're supposed to do in an exam. In the exam, you need to stay focused in front of the question. The person in front of you is your question. Give full concentration. Stay focused. There will be times when you'll be exhausted. There are 3 sections, 120 minutes. Despite all the preparation, despite all the mocks that you write, you will still be overwhelmed and stressed during the exam, especially if 1 or 2 questions go bad. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, not once, maybe 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Get that oxygen. Once again, I'm saying this. Between the mock itself, between the CAT itself, no problems. Do that. Even try it out in the mocks too if you're still writing the mocks. But make sure that the moment you are clear, the question in front of you in that screen is all that you should focus on. Mental breaks are okay. Please remember, 30-second break you take. It's absolutely okay. For 40 minutes in each of the sections, enough and more time to solve. It's important to recognize one more thing. Every time you write an exam, you go back with this feeling that maybe if I had a little more time, I would have prepared a little better. That's true for your degree exams. It was true of your 10th, 12th degree or any exam that you're writing, and surely true of CAT too. But you know what? Whatever you could do, you did. It's okay. Sometimes what happens is there is a chunk of things that you would have not touched. But trust your preparation. I have said this in many videos before this also. What is it that you know is more important than what you don't know? Therefore, trusting your own preparation, that you did whatever you could at that point of time because of whatever constraints you have, is good enough. You have practiced good enough. Go with that. go with a positive mind. But before I will say go with a positive mind, that 2 hours, you will not think about the negative thoughts. You will not think about the result. It has to be a very clinical performance for you. And for that to happen, your mind has to be absolutely positive. There is nothing more important in your life, in the exam and outside the exam. Frankly, it is not just about exam. It's for actually a life lesson. The more positive thoughts that you give it to yourself, the more positives comes to you. The more negative things come in, I think the negative things pile up also. It's a very simple thing. Every one of us knows it. I'll actually tell you one more thing before I conclude this video for you about mental strength. Do you like a person who is positive, or do you like a person who is cribbing, negative, feeling that, oh, he's a loser kind of things, or she is a loser kind of things, or a cribber kind of things? It's obvious, right? You like the person who is giving you the mental strength, the mental confidence, saying that, hey, you can do it. Tell yourself, I can do it. Look at the words, can I do it is negative. I can do it is positive. Reinforce the positiveness every step of your life, not just for CAT. And we at Careers 360 are always going to be there to help you in your journey, not just for CAT, but for your career itself. Tomorrow is another day. The world will go on as usual. CAT is only an exam, friends. Make sure that you make the most out of the 2 hours. With that, from all of us at Careers 360, we would like to wish you a very, very best for CAT 2024. But before I go, let me also tell you, we are going to come back with analysis of the CAT paper after the 24th of November. We are also going to come back with a lot of more videos on how to prepare for your interviews, how to prepare for other exams for that matter too. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already done so. And also don't forget to press the bell icon so that you know the moment we release these videos. We will send you the notifications automatically. With that, and from all of us at Careers 360, wish you all the very best for CAT 2024.